By the way, the most common mistake people make referred to this period of film history is thinking that all movies made in Germany in the 20s were expressionistic. But the truth is that there are less than 10 movies created in expressionistic manner, and Robert Wiene filmed 3 of them. And here is the third one. I'm convinced that Dostoevsky and expressionism were made for each other. Crime and Punishment is all about lost and wounded souls functioning in a broken and ugly world. Wiene still wanted to make things right with expressionism after Genuine, so he himself wrote the adaptation for screening of the novel and invited Russian expressionistic artist Andrei Andreev to visualize gloomy streets of the 19th century St. Petersburg. The whole cast for the movie consisted of Russian actors who were either on tour in Germany or in emigration. That's how Raskolnikow was made. Decorations with deformed proportions and sharp angles look less flat but still familiar. And it works. It suppresses bringing gloomy atmosphere but doesn't interfere the process by grabbing too much attention. With rooms like coffins, doorways leading straight into the darkness, and the whole city… You know, in November, St. Petersburg really looks like this, I'm telling you. Raskolnikov's dream represents all visual effects that 20s cinematograph was capable for, by the way. And that's quite fine. Starting with Grigory Khmara as Raskolnikov, all actors perform in a traditional, realistic manner. However, they don't merge with creepy decorations. On the contrary, they harmonize, making this nightmare believable and therefore even more scary. Grigory Khmara also took part in the next Robert Wiene's movie called INRI, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, Latin abbreviation. But don't get fooled, it's not a Bible screening. It's a movie based on the Peter Rosger's novel with the same title, where narration about Christ's life goes in parallel with one about the young terrorist sentenced for murder. For some reason, the full variant of the film is lost and only Bible part left. However, controversial topic shows up through Bible motives being politicized to the core. The angry crowd near palace that runs away seeing guys with spears has no need in Messiah as a guide to higher kingdom. Revolutionary leader, that's what they're longing for. Robert Wiene gave up expressionism and made visually simple and mesmerizingly slow movie with lightning inspired by Renaissance religious paintings. Monumental and long eye contacts are combined with scenes of yelling crowds, multiplied by a symbolic way of storytelling. All characters are far beyond memorable and what's more, recognizable, as they all are depicted as they are in the Bible. And only Jesus, performed by Grigory Khmara, has no kindness and no power of faith in his eyes, only sorrow and pain. Preachings will not be heard as all they need is revolution. Nothing to do here. The next movie reveals Robert Wiene as a skillful and mature creator, and I'm talking about The Hands of Orlac right now. This film was created in 1924 and it is based on the Maurice Renard novel, and it tells us about a genius musician who loses his hands in a train wreck, but not less genius surgeon gives him other hands, generously left from a freshly executed killer. Here, drama turns into suspense, desperation is replaced with terror, and sadness falls right into hysteria. Intentional, long concentration on human emotions is something borrowed from expressionism, by the way. The film is opened up with the scene of a train wreck, very suppressing and intense scene that also takes much screen time to deep viewers in that depressive atmosphere. Speaking about screen time, it's necessary to say that editing was still in the process of development those days. That's probably the reason why all characters always enter and exit all locations, and also they need to get to these locations. So the movie is long, yeah. But it's not bad because we can once again observe brilliant performance of Conrad Veidt in minimalistic geometrical interiors underlined by game of shadows and high contrast. By the way, Conrad Veidt is one of few actors who managed to continue his career in the sound era. In my opinion, it says a lot about his gift as an actor. The last movie I want to speak about is The Rosenkavalier. From first glance it looks like just another screening of a comic opera, but there is one notable thing. It was presented right in a theater and was accompanied by the orchestra conducted by Strauss himself. The comic story about love, intrigues, aging and selflessness turned into such performance was really liked by the audience, and Wiene's movie was planned to be taken on tour with the orchestra. But it was the year 1927 when first sound movies started to appear, and people lost their interest in unprogressive and old-fashioned silent movies. But they were wrong. I think that silent movies are awesome, and soon I'll tell you more about that old-fashioned and unprogressive cinematic art. So stay tuned, subscribe, and bye!